Hello everybody, and welcome to the second part of this Devlog series about my game, A Pretty Odd Bunny. Before we start, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and to wishlist A Pretty Odd Bunny on Steam. In the last video, I told you how the original A Pretty Odd Bunny was a pseudo pixel art game. Well, that's not entirely true. The first version of this game actually had vector graphics and had a bigger resolution, reminiscent to how the game looks today. Of course, being completely new to game development, this first prototype was a mess. It wasn't until a couple of years later that I went back, reshaped the formula and made the version I told you about in the previous video. But what about the remake? Well, in 2018 I decided to go back again and revisit this idea. I liked the concept of A Pretty Odd Bunny, but always felt the game wasn't ready. I set myself a new challenge: to remake this game and this time develop it to its full potential. The first thing was to redesign the character, but with HD graphics, I couldn't hide myself anymore behind the lower resolution. I would have to make a more detailed character, with better animation while trying to keep the cute and uneven look of the original. Bunny went through different redesigns before starting development, and even a last one after most of Chapter 1 was complete. The second part was to bring the square levels into fully developed environments. I knew I wanted to keep the same basic structure of the levels, but with more space I needed to add more content, otherwise the levels would feel empty. That way, the floating platforms became solid ground. The basic blue background with Tetris clouds, obviously ripped out from Fez, became 3 layers of trees, mountains and bushes. Enemies started hopping instead of sliding, and the teacher could now look at you equally fearsome but with style. Finally, after 1 year of reprogramming and redrawing the game from scratch, all 25 original levels went from square fake pixel art to colorful HD environments, and A Pretty Odd Bunny remake was complete. Or was it? Now that I had a fully playable game, I didn't want to stop there. There were some ideas I still wanted to implement, and if I wanted this to be a game worthy of a console release, 25 levels wouldn't cut it. I needed to make more. In the next video, I'll tell you about how A Pretty Odd Bunny remake became A Pretty Odd Bunny Chapter 1, and how I put myself in a new predicament by planning 3 new chapters. If Chapter 1 took 1 year to make, does that mean I needed 3 more years to actually finish the game? Oh hell.